Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Challenge Stratego. This is episode 3, I believe. So I'm going to be voiceovering this video because I just didn't want to do the live commentary. So this challenge, as you can see, it's placing the Marshal General and the Colonel, and sorry, the Marshal General, both Colonels in the flag, and then doing everything else random. So as you can see, the setup that we got, it's not great. It's not bad though, because it does kind of restrict mobility. So yeah, again, just to be clear, the setup, I mean, the challenge is placing the Marshal General, both colonels, and the flag down. So yeah, the setup it's not the best, not the worst, because the spy is in the back row, but at least the spy is not in the front row, and at least like we didn't bomb off any sides or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this game against TB. That's actually kind of an OG name because it's 2 letters long. Okay, so he's moved a couple pieces in the front. We're gonna advance on the right with the miner. Instead it's kind of strange because it has a minor in the front, and then like on the left, the major colonel, sergeant, scout, and lieutenant on the left are like completely bombed off from everything else. So hopefully the opponent will break that in, but who knows? So it looks like my opponent's kind of just shuffling here, which is not great. Actually, no, I think they're making way to bring out that piece in the center. So I think I'm gonna have to get like my general out and get my spy out somehow, which is why I'm moving that sergeant over and probably soon that scout that's right next to my general. So then I can get my spy out if needed. It does move a lot of pieces, but that's not the worst thing in the world. So keep in mind this is against a bronze spy, so they're not going to be the best player in the world. So yeah, that's very good. The opponent went +4 on a scout, and we just have a +5 behind it. So that's pretty nice. We get that captain advantage. That piece I am kind of scared of because it was behind the captain and it's advancing on my major now. If it moves in, I don't think I don't think it's anything good because it moved in, but you never know. So I might check it here. No, I don't. Maybe I do. I'll check it with him. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that bronze spy can bluff. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure that guy played like has played like thousands of games. So that was kind of interesting there. Yeah. So I didn't think it was anything good. So good thing we took it with the minor and not the scout. Now that was not on the other hand, I don't. That piece could be something good, but we can always just check it with the scout. Okay. So since you didn't even try to save it, it makes me think it's not anything good. But it still could be. It still could be. So take that sergeant. I probably should have scouted that other piece first. Maybe I didn't think it was anything good. But actually, he might take with the captain with it if it is higher. Okay, so it's yeah, it wasn't anything good, which is what I figured. Okay. Um, that's interesting. I don't know why I attacked there because it's pretty obvious it wasn't a good piece. Let's see what he hits it with. Probably a major or a colonel. Colonel, okay. So that's not the worst trade because we were up a captain from taking one with our major. So that's a pretty obvious scout we have there in the front. Also, it came from the front row, so we can't really bluff on his colonel with it. I mean, you never know because this guy's, again, a bronze spy. Looks like he's advancing on the major, which is interesting, which is, it's totally fine because our gen's behind it. Yeah, so that front bomb really restricts mobility a lot. Because like you have to move everything around it, and this is why you don't have front bombs. Like we have, let's see, 3 high bombs, and it's just not a good thing because there's like no mobility. Having a bomb on like the very edge would not be as bad as having one that's like where ours is, which is like more towards the legs. Yeah, that's a very bad bomb. You never want to have that because all you're gonna get with it is like a scout or a sergeant, something in the front row, and it's just not worth it because of how little mobility it has. So the opponent might think that the scout next to that major in the front is a good piece, which is why you might take the minor instead. I'm not really sure though. I'm curious to see if they'll attack. In retrospect, I probably should have moved that scout up one to see what was behind the colonel, because it could have been the marshal. but I don't think I did. See, this is coming up. I scout that piece. So yeah, that was a complete waste of a scout. We got a miner, so I guess that's fine. I mean, we're gonna get a miner, and miners they're really important because without miners you can't win. I mean, assuming the flag's bombed in with the random setup, it's not bombed in. But yeah, assuming that we can win, and I'm probably gonna end up holding the pieces next to my flag to make it look like it's bombed in. But if my opponent finds enough bombs, they can figure out that it's actually not because there aren't enough bombs that aren't known left. So yeah, this guy's looks like he's thinking here a little bit. So at this point in the game, we're up a sergeant, down a minor, and looks like we are gonna get a minor and lose the sergeant, so it's gonna be even. But we know a colonel, our opponent knows a major, so I say we're definitely winning. So yeah, we're gonna take this the minor, probably something lieutenant captain behind it. Major, okay, that's better than a lieutenant or a captain. So at this point, we're gonna bring our major up to see if we can get that piece in the front and then exchange. Yeah, we are. So at this point, everything's even on the scoreboards, but we of course are up the info of a colonel, which is important. So defending that piece with a major, which tells me it's worse than a major. That piece is probably also worse than a major, I would imagine, because it came from behind a minor, and it was in the third row on the side. People do have their marshals there, but it's pretty rare. So what's he gonna do there? Okay, so he's gonna give us a free piece. Hopefully it's not a scout. Okay, a sergeant. So that's not bad because our opponent took our sergeant with their majors, so be the same thing. So yeah, that's totally fine. I'm kind of scared. I think I'm scared of that piece behind the lake. Unfortunately, there's no way to scout it with this horrendous bomb in the front. So there's not much I can really do against that piece. Okay, so I finally do move that scout up. He's probably gonna hit me with the piece in front of it, I would imagine. He's really thinking about this. It was a front row piece, so it's pretty obvious. It's nothing spectacular. But we'll see if this guy's thinking about it. Okay, so he took it with the gen, which is very interesting. So he's a colonel and a general coming from my base. So that tells me that that other piece is either the marshal or it's the spy. So I'm moving this minor up as like a marshal decoy to see if his colonel will hit the major, so that I can get it with the gen. And maybe the marshal decoy will still stand, and then I can like scout out that piece, which I think is either marshal or spy. So I'm just gonna put that there and see what he does. Got him thinking that's always a good thing. You always want to get your opponent thinking because it's basically a 50-50 chance. And okay, it looks like in this case, he gets wrong. So free kernel, not complaining about that. Then I'm probably gonna move my minor over. So that tells me that that piece is probably the spy that's next to the minor. That would be very interesting, but it could be. But because if that minor was the marshal, then I could have just gotten a free general if that's like anything but the spy. I think it's the spy though. I mean, there's always a chance that that could be the marshal, but you never know. So he's got him thinking again. Again, that's always a good thing. This guy actually, I just realized, this guy spent money on the game because you can't get a captain skin and the black pieces for the amount of money I mean amount of stuff that you get at the beginning. So it looks like that is the marshal. That's very interesting because it was guarding a general, and this guy realizes that he just got bluffed. He's probably not too happy about that. So at this point, we're up a colonel, down a major, up a sergeant, down a minor, and we're down a couple scouts. Yeah. So at this point, definitely winning because we know a lot of info with the marshal and the general. The thing behind the general is probably the spy. Um, I moved up on that because it was a front row piece, so like it can't be that good, you know. So yeah, that front row piece is pretty much toast at this point. I've noticed that whatever piece you move next to it, they're always gonna want to find out the other piece because like they know that you don't want to hit it, so it's most likely higher. Okay, so that was just a scout found a bomb. That's not great, but it's better than finding a kernel, I guess. So it's fine. Also, might make the opponent more likely to auto the triple vertical. You never know. I probably should be getting the spy out more because the opponent can get a free miner with the marshal if I don't, but I didn't do that. So, oh yeah, so I see what I'm doing here. So since the marshal and the general are both in the center, and we know that, I can bring that colonel up to the left. I can bring that one over to the center and get a ton of stuff. I just hope the opponent doesn't exchange because that would not be great. But it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because we can get there are a few pieces that have moved that we can get. See, I think the opponent finally realizes that they're not in the best spot. Probably should move the piece next to the general to the right and then get the general back for defense. But again, that colonel could be the marshal even though it did come from the second row on the side. But I mean it was behind a major, so you never know. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going with the colonel, see if we can get something good. That thing, if we go up, we could get trapped, but it's whatever because it is a major, which is kind of like yeah, it's not the best piece in the world. Also, we know so much stuff that knowing Colonel would actually it might be better for us. I'm not sure. So that was a blunder on our opponent's side. It was pretty obvious that was a good piece. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it was a Colonel, but our opponent didn't know that and tried to take it with the captain. So we can get a free piece here. So I'm pretty sure both those have moved. Got the opponent thinking, and yeah, we're gonna move right. And I think both of those have moved. I don't actually remember though. So yeah, this is always what you want to do. So since the opponent revealed the marshal and the general early, then you just sweep in with your colonel. So looks like that piece could be a colonel. I don't know actually, it's probably not a colonel because we would have just exchanged, and I did not know that piece moved, but I guess it did. So that's a free captain. So that piece where colonels could probably exchange at this point. So it's not. So I don't think that that's a colonel. I think it's probably a major or something like that. And yep, I was right. So yeah, it's a major. So now we can use our colonel to trap this piece here. It might be a colonel. If it is, then the opponent should exchange. But yeah, we can just two screw this all the way down. And if it's a major or like a captain or anything, then we can just bring the general over and trap it. See what the opponent does. Kind of concerned about lottos though, so yeah, I'm gonna bring my Jane back. That's probably a smart decision, because then that piece is mine guaranteed. Now I'm just gonna probably bring the colonel down and see what he does. Okay, yeah. Let's see what he does. We're risking a lotto, and moreover, what that's that piece. Okay, so that's a colonel, and you get the corner bomb. So that's a random setup bomb, and people with board reading skills, they'll know that. I mean, like they can't board read random setup, so that's a plus to random bomb formation. It's not, yeah, like the pieces with like the spy in the back. I'm not sure that except for it, but yeah, the bombs in the random setup, they do get people because they're totally unexpected. So yeah, again, I'm gonna use that kernel. That kernel has been very valuable. It's gotten me so much stuff. So I'm gonna make sure to move this buy up so then it doesn't just get my general for free. 'Cause that would be pretty catastrophic. Um, it giving me some free pieces with my kernel, or at least letting me pin a lot of things. So he moved next to the scout. I was bluffing that as the spy, so I guess that bluff didn't really work. The scout hasn't moved though. Okay, so that's we don't know what that is. But I think this is a fine situation. I think I'm oh yeah. Moving the miners over is nice because if it's a colonel then the most we'll get is a captain. That does tell them where the spy is, but that's whatever. Actually no, this guy just doesn't have any more colonels, and that's not the marshal or general, so it's the best I can be is a major. I should actually be getting my major, that one on the left, I should be getting that one down the center, I think. So my colonel's holding the right. His marshal's just kind of chilling in my base. Which I find kind of funny. Okay, so I think it's time to get the marshal out. See what happens. That piece is moving in. That's fine with me, cause I got defense. So I think the spy is in there somewhere. So Yeah, so that lieutenant move is very good because I'm pretty sure the general ends at something else next to it. So this guy has to make a decision. Like, is it the minor? Is it not? Okay, so I mean the marshal is it not? So takes it with the gen. I'm gonna move the marshal down like I'm scared because I think the spy's behind it. But you can move the marshal over because you would put the spy in the middle of like 5 pieces. I'm guessing that's a major. Okay, it was just a scout. Interesting, interesting. So that means he might not think the marshal's good, or you might think he already knows it. So let's see what this guy does now. If he thinks the marshal's a good piece or not. Because it did run away from his gen before. So he might not think. Okay, so can do that. So now I can bring that sergeant over because if he hits it with a gen, it could be the marshal. He doesn't know if it is. Okay, so that bluff completely failed. um, so yeah, I don't really have any way of getting to the spy. I guess I could move the colonel left, or no, moving it left is very bad because then he can get me in two square. So I need to be careful with how I do stuff. But if he takes that sergeant, then I can move the colonel up the center. Okay, so he does. That's a blunder in my opinion. Because now I can just get the colonel up the center and get the spy. Well, what I think is the spy. There's not much he can do about it. That's the thing. This guy's being very lucky with what he thinks is my marshal. So that piece, it's pretty obvious that it's spy. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I trap it with my colonels. Yeah, he can still go up here and get away, which would be pretty annoying. Which is what he should do to make me spend more moves capturing that. Instead, he goes in for like some sort of general lotto and loses that piece, which I assume is the spy. Is he gonna go? Is he gonna lotto? Yeah, he is. So that guy could get my flag. That would be very bad. So looks like he wants to exchange marshals because that's probably his spy there. Makes sense because I don't want him trapped. I don't want him getting a free colonel by going up. So I'm just gonna do that. So yeah, that makes me think it's definitely the spy there. But hey, it's a free piece nonetheless. Seeing Lotto, yeah. So Lotto's a scout. That's whatever. I just hope he thinks my flag's bombed and he's gonna get a captain with Lotto. Yeah, that kind of sucks. He didn't hit the bomb. But I can save all the other pieces that I have. He might get the spy, but that's fine. Yeah. He's just gonna keep lottoing. Yep, he's gonna exchange. That was a very bad move because when you're down a colonel or two colonels actually, you can't just do that because now I can trap everything on the board. Like I should have kept lottoing because he knew uh two bombs, but he easily suspect a third. Then if he thought the flag was bombed in, then he should have just started lottoing. I can just take that piece, probably a minor. Okay, it's a major. That was not a great move either because actually no, we are down a major, but it doesn't really matter because there's not much what he can really do on the left. So yeah, we're gonna take that piece with the kernels and then probably just like trap everything else. It looks like this guy's thinking hard about this. If it doesn't make a move, I guess I'll just cut back when he okay, there we go. I guess I can take the spy. Was that the spy? Yes, it was. Okay, so that was to be expected. Typically, going over if it's a captain or a major, I can actually lotto and get to the flag. So I just hope that doesn't happen. I can't prevent it at all. So yeah, both my colonels blocked in the center. That's pretty strong. So I think I'm gonna move one to the left, so then this I can't get anything down. And once I know the major, it's game over for this guy. Okay, so I think this game's about wrapped up. So if you enjoyed these challenge videos, then make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and then oh yeah, he disconnects. And if you have any challenges that you would like me to do, then you can leave your ideas in the comments, and I'll be happy to do them. So yeah, I think yeah, so I'll just cut it so the disconnect is over, and this is a nice win. And on the challenge account, you're now a bronze captain, plus 9 yellow. Not the most, but it's a solid win nonetheless. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.